Hello everyone, and welcome to Hungarian Grand Prix qualifying. So this is of course Apex Online Racing, a league race as usual with my Ferrari for definitely my most hated track of the calendar. I just really hate it. It just doesn't suit my style at all. It's just really horrible. Hate every lap of it. I've not hated it as much as I have done previously in practice though. And I feel like I've found some half decent pace as well. Only just pole lap last season was, I think it was a 16.2, and I was on like a 16.9, I think, something ridiculous like that. So a long way off. But hoping for better if I can in this session. But here we go then. So we're starting the first quali lap, and here we go then, using all my cars, DRS as well. Of course, we'll run down the back straight, and I do try to be relatively conservative on the opening lap, just making sure I'm not cutting any corners, extending any corners, just to get something half decently representable in, but also pretty quick. I mean, it's pointless it being 2 seconds off the pace. So I still am pushing, but not quite. I'm not, you know, I'm pushing to where I know I can push. I'm not pushing beyond the limits. Usually, when you go for a final lap, you brake 2 meters later, or even 5 meters later, and you take that much corner speed. And that was pretty sweet through there, though. But yeah, I'm not pushing over the limit, I'm just pushing up to where I know the limit is, and then we'll push the limit later on in the session. But a 0.4 first sector, I think that's pretty good there, and I've been nailing that second curve. That's the best way through that chicane, is avoid the first curve as much as you can really, and then nail the second curve. And this seems to be working for me so far at least. And oh, that was not great there. I actually clipped the curve on the outside there, which caused me to turn in way sharp and actually cut the corner a little bit there. And a little bit wide there again. I have to make a correction on the steering, so it's not been the cleanest of laps, I must admit, but it's not been too bad that I've felt I've had to abandon it. And we'll see how we go there. 0.9, that's not a bad middle sector, I believe, but not the best, definitely. And that's a 16.5, so that's pretty good. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to beat that, to be honest with you. I can't remember what PB was. I think, oh no, my PB was a 16.0, that was right. So I can beat it, but I've changed my setup since, so realistically looking for a 16.2-ish, I think it's probably my PB with this setup. And you can see I've been knocked down to second already then. Furkan is on a high 16.3, so I don't need much to beat him, so hopefully I can do that. And so it's my second lap of 3 then, a little bit of oversteer there. And a bit of curves. That's what I did on the first lap as well though, so we won't have lost too much so far this sector. Turning a little bit early there. That's correct, it ran out way wide, all over the grass. Don't want to be doing that, and this is going to be definitely down in this sector now, I think. And climb back up the hill, and I'm actually not. I'm half of 300s up. That just shows how much pushing can give you, despite those mistakes. And it wasn't the cleanest of sectors, that's for sure. And coming to the middle now. It's a horrible chicane. That was pretty sweet though. It took a lot of speed through there. Not the best of lines actually, but it took a lot of speed. And it's been a clean lap, that's for sure. Despite that little mistake where I did run off the track, it has been overall clean lap. Managed to avoid that curve on the left-hand side there, and avoid the cut and the extension. It's been a very clean up. I'm half a tenth down at the moment, but I'll push in this final sector now. When I see that, I've got essentially nothing to lose in the final sector, so I'll push. Otherwise, I might as well just box if I don't push. So I usually tend to push the limits a little bit harder when that happens. And that was pretty sweet. That was very sweet. That should be up now, I reckon. It's a 1 minute 16. Oh, wow. 7 thousandths of a second I just found on that second lap. 7 thousandths, that's amazing. So here we go then, quick look at the sector times. So Furkan's quite a long way up on me in the first sector, but I have a solid middle sector, and then last sector's a bit down as well. So definitely time to be found both the first and the final sectors. And we'll see if I can nail it there. Clifford's not really set a lap yet, so I expect he'll be up there somewhere. And I'm usually pretty close to Furkan in qualifying then, so I should be able to find a 10th and a half, hopefully, to match him. That would be the plan then. So what else have we got here? Uma 28.4. So yeah, pretty much most of my sectors are good. Like I said, just first and final sectors I need to improve. So here we go then. As usual, I'll show you my outlap to basically build up the tension of this final lap. I've never felt like my videos have got across how really good qualifying is in these league races. It's so close. You get in a really good lap, and then you get beaten down to 5th, and it's ridiculous. So that's why I've decided to do this new format with the videos. So hopefully you kind of come across as how good it is. So like I said, I've already done a pretty good lap, 16.5. I'm already in second. I mean, overall I'm happy. You know, if I don't improve, I'm happy. So that enables me to push very hard on this opening lap and just go for it. Brake later, take more apex speed, get harder on the throttle, and really just nail lap, and I will absolutely cruise. Looks like I'm going to be the final car then. to cross the line, and I will really cruise in this final lap. I know I've got plenty of time, so it's going to be really slowing down there. Just being really careful with the tyres, making sure that I'm not overheating them at all. So just going very slowly indeed. And Kifler's done a fastest lap there, 16.280, so pretty sweet for him. Well, I think his best was a 15. So that's his first lap of the session as well. So interesting one there. But so that's now the pace setter. But again, I'm still only third out of 9. Unfortunately, not too many people in this race. But yes, only third. So again, I'll take that. And I'm still just cruising around really. Got a nice big gap to the car ahead, which is nice. And just building up then, really preparing myself mentally for this final absolute banzai lap. Just be very careful with the tyres, and just trying to get ready, and here we are then. So coming on the final corner, trying to take good speed. That was a pretty sweet line there. Oh, a bit of oversteer, but that's not usually the end of the world through there. And that was very good speed out that final corner, I'll take that. And so I've got good speed going down here. In the rev was quite early, my gear ratio was actually quite short. But after the 100 metre board, they're right down to first, turn it in quite late. That was sweet. Yes, much better than that first sector. Probably a 10th up, if not more, already. That was absolutely sweet there. Braking very late, right at the 50 metre board there, actually. Very late indeed. Didn't quite make my apex, but that's not the end of the world. Much tighter through there as well. I will be, well, a long way up on this first step, I'd imagine. Let's have a look. Yes, almost 2 tenths up, and look at that. Absolutely nailed that apex. And that wasn't a cut, I don't believe, but it was so close to one, and that is what you want to do. Absolutely nail it. So really pushing out and trying to nail the curb, and that probably wasn't as sweet as my previous lap, but still pretty damn good. Just a little shift down there, trying to get all to turn in, and that's the other thing to do as well. Take a few more risks with the track limits. But now I will be thinking, right, a little wide there, but especially now 2 tenths, right? You're 2 tenths up. Just nail this final sector. No heroics needed. Just nail it. Just copy what we did last lap. You don't need to push particularly hard because you're already on a really good lap. You see the short shift in there, just trying to get a good exit. And I wasn't quite so deep in that corner. Throttle very early all over the curb. They're very wide as a red ball on the inside there. Wheel spinning. What is it? It's, yeah, just over 2 tenths up. So I did indeed. And wow, look at that. That's very close. 300ths only to Kifler, and then only a further, what, half a tenth back to Firkin. So top 3 with inside a tenth. So very close indeed. We'll have a quick look at the sector times then. So there we are. Look how much time I found in that first sector. 0.2 first sector. Found a couple of hundreds in the middle as well, and pretty much just equaled the final sector. So second position then for the Hungarian Grand Prix. I will absolutely take that. Yeah, after my previous years on this track not been very good, just been 300ths off pole, I will take that any day of the week. So here we are then. Slow motion setup, so 11.5 wings in, so it's a high wing track, which is my downfall last year. I did run high wings, but applied them quite late. 50-50 high large, that's becoming pretty standard for me now. I quite like that brake setup. 111 balance, again, pretty standard stuff now for me. And waiting for me to go to the next bit there. 11-1-1-1 suspension, so 11-1 I think is best, and then 1-1 is definitely best for me around this track. Gives you very good grip. And quite short gear ratio as well for this circuit, particularly the 7th, a good few clicks shorter than the 6th. And as usual, I have my full first and second gears, that's what I like. And as press come standard, full left camber and full right toe. So then, the final part of this video, let's watch the super slow-mo, the final lap. So it was a good exit at the final corner here. I've got the throttle very early, and I'm already on curves as well. A bit of oversteer, but not bad at all. And that was a very good exit overall. You can't really get a much better than that out of that final corner. It's so tricky. And again, a bit of slow-mo engineer talk. I always like that. And here we go. So we're in the rev limiter very early, usually about the kink in the pit lane there. Right hand side, yeah, just about. And just after the 100 metre board then, which is very late indeed, I can tell you that, right down to first gear. Turning quite late, later than you think you should. Don't touch that curb on the inside, very close to that. Absolutely nailed the apex. Get on the throttle hard, straighten the car as much as you can, because there's a little bump there. Do not touch the curb on the outside either. So that was pretty sweet. They used about 100k curves out of that corner. DRS is wide open, of course, for the short run down to the next corner. Usually braking just before the 50 metre wall, but I think I braked just after it. I did indeed. So very late braking there, which is why I never quite make my apex. Still braking now, back on the throttle, and I'm not far off my apex, but that'll do. And on the throttle as much as I can again, trying to straighten the car, avoid it oversteering there, and trying to not get wheel spin. And using lots of curves around that corner then, and about another 100k curves, so saving the other half for the second part of this lap. And well, this is where I absolutely nailed it then. So I'm already almost 2 tenths up. Quick shift, quick brake, quick shift down to 5th, get it turned in, and look at that. Look how close that was. Hard back on the throttle before you even get to the apex, and right down to 3rd gear, even second sometimes. No, stick to 3rd, and look at that nice line there, just sweet. And I'm nailing the apex hard as well. I try not to take too much curb on the outside there because it just unsettles the car too much. Braking just before the 50 metre wall on the left hand side there. and right down to first gear, get it all turned in, avoid that big curb on the right hand side, but absolutely nail the second part of this curb just like that, and that was sweet once again. And nail the throttle then, so up to fourth, try and nail this curve as much as you can, a little bit wider than I have been previously there, but I got away with that one, and usually would be further to the left hand side, so slightly compromised through here, and I try to take lots of curb on the outside there, but of course try not to extend. And of course, absolute full throttle left-hander here. So this right-hander is full throttle in practice, but I just did a look on the left-hand side, just a little tiny lift on the apex there, just to make sure I wasn't going to extend. And actually, I did extend in the end, but that was because of me straightening the wheel. So it wasn't perfectly there, but I was over 2/10 up, and I was purple as well, so fast as anyone. But after the 100-meter wall on the left-hand side, they're very, very late, right down to second. Nail the curb on the inside, and you can take the curb on the outside, but make sure you straddle it like that, because there is a bit of a lump in that one, so you get away if you do that. Braking after the shadow there on the floor, right down to first gear, braking quite late. The car unsettles in that bump, but then it settles down mid-corner, and then you can get to a nice apex, late apex there. And so tricky to avoid wheel spin on the exit there, hence me getting wheel spin. And up through to fourth again, braking quite late through here. Again, that helps with the 50-50 brakes. You can brake quite late whilst turning. Down to second briefly, and the hard on the throttle all over the curb on the exit. There we go, that Red Bull for some reason, wheel spin on the inside. I expect it's AI controlled. The DRS is wide open for the run to line, and there we go then. So that was one of the best laps I think I've ever done around Hungary, and like I said, a very, very good result, and I will take that any day of the week. And as I said, that gives me second position for the race, so really looking forward to that, and hoping to get a good result, despite it being a bit of a bogey track for me. And I thank you for watching. Bye bye.